Hey y'all, hi. Okay, this is a video for those of you who are tired of feeling on most days like you have put clothes on, but you haven't really dressed in the way that we mean when we say that. But maybe you feel overwhelmed by the project of personal style because it feels like you would have to start over from scratch and rebuild your entire wardrobe and spend a lot of money and time. You don't have to start over from scratch. I have some ideas for ways that you can easily elevate your regular daytime style using things that you probably already have, but just aren't thinking to wear in certain ways, and help you start redefining yourself to yourself as a stylish person. I'm going to link my book down below, and I will also link my Patreon page, which, speaking of evolution, is evolving wildly right now. My husband and I have started a podcast, not my voice cracking, but it's kind of appropriate. My husband and I have started a podcast over there on Patreon. I'm posting videos like clockwork now, and you can join for as little as $1 a month. So definitely check it out. And now let's get into the meat of this video. Okay, first up, here is something that I bet a lot of you have and are not wearing during the day. You might like yourself in it, but think of yourself as someone who doesn't wear it to work. You might not want to deal with what people will say to you if you don't usually wear it and then one day you suddenly do. But I say to you, YOLO. And those comments will only be a flash in the pan compared to the evolution in your sensibility about yourself that you could precipitate by wearing it. It is something essentially effortless to wear that is totally normal and totally normalized in almost every environment, and that is red lipstick. Red lipstick is such a unique kind of leverage for an outfit, and it's unique among makeup products too, in that it essentially works for everyone, and it exists kind of apart from other makeup. Like, it works on an otherwise unmade up face. There's precedent for that. Like, in styling and in beauty, red lipstick can be worn just as an accessory, like a bracelet or a hat. It doesn't really require skill with makeup. I know that picking one, like picking the right shade, can be stressful, so I'll link some good ones down below and then put a note or two about undertones down below in the description box. And I will briefly say I recommend bringing the lipstick out onto the vermilion border, which is that no man's land between your lips and your face. I'll link a video in which I talk about that. But it doesn't really require skill, and the impact of red lipstick on an outfit is just wild. It recontextualizes everything, and it will either immediately elevate everything else that you have on or motivate you to switch out a piece of what you're already wearing or a couple of things in order to kind of rise to meet it. Like, you might keep on your t-shirt and your jeans, but switch out your Patagonia fleece for a blazer just because you put on red lipstick and you were like, aha. Red lipstick in particular, I think, is a catalyst. And I think if you are interested in personal style, but you're feeling kind of at sea and you're not really sure how to start, how to kind of galvanize yourself into starting, one project you could potentially undertake would be to commit to wearing red lipstick every day for a week and just see what happens. Okay, next up, and kind of piggybacking on that, but then going somewhere else, striking jewelry can also be the catalyst. Like, putting on a necklace or a pair of earrings can cause the transformation of an otherwise basic outfit. And I mean, everyone knows that jewelry can elevate an outfit, but like the red lipstick, I want to take a minute to shine a light on the way that fancy jewelry specifically, like something that you usually just reserve for a nice dinner, can make sense for day if you just go ahead and wear it. If you have earrings that you consider your fancy occasion earrings and you truly never wear them unless you're like dressing up for a gala or like a holiday party, or your wedding earrings, something like that that's languishing in a box, consider what those earrings would do for an otherwise basic Wednesday workday outfit if you just got them out and wore them. I have been especially feeling this way as I have familiarized myself with the jewelry of today's video sponsor, Gingiberi, which is so refined, but I'm somehow finding it very easy to wear it in the day-to-day, and I'm really relishing that. So I'm going to take a few minutes to talk about that and show you some close-ups and some styling examples. When I received these pieces from Gingiberi and saw them in person for the first time, frankly, their fineness surprised me. I think it's actually really difficult for for photography or for a website to capture the luster and like the iridescent overtones of pearls specifically. And like the specialness of delicate gold chains with pearls. I will try though. I'll try to show you. These are my favorite gingiberi earrings. In person, they are shockingly lightweight. They're 18 karat gold, so the chains are really sparkly and airy. It just feels like the pearls are floating. And the chain is removable. So you can wear them as studs or switch out the studs for a different pair. I'm actually wearing the chain with a larger pair of studs today, and I'm wearing the studs that come with these earrings elsewhere in my ears. I feel like this is a pretty simple daytime outfit for me, a chunky sweater, and the jewelry is so exquisite, and yet it somehow totally works. This pair, the way that they sit in the ears, it's kind of a modern take on a pearl stud. And these are gold vermeil, so they're more affordable than the solid gold pieces and perfect, I feel, to give as a gift. I'm definitely going to give these to my sister for Christmas. I hope she's not watching. My sister works in a professional environment and she depends on noticeably lovely but unostentatious jewelry to add variety to her outfits. And these are just perfect. And honestly, anything from gingiberi would be perfect. For me, I love 14 karat gold jewelry that I can just put on and wear for weeks on end. So this bracelet is really doing it for me. This is a lab-grown diamond, which gingiberi has started carrying, and this ring is also an exquisite example of lab-grown diamond jewelry. It has this swoop-shaped band and a wildly sparkly pear-shaped diamond sort of perched on it. Something about the setting and the placement of this diamond make it sparkle like crazy. I think because it's sort of elevated and so light is hitting it from all sides. I love wearing this. I love the unexpected shape of it. Gingiberi has free worldwide shipping, tax-inclusive shopping, hassle-free returns, and the pricing is very competitive. The pearls are like 1/5 of the price of Mikimoto pearls, and the lab-grown diamonds are priced way lower than mainstream brands like Brilliant Earth. It's been such a pleasure to style and wear these gingiberi pieces. It's just a really good brand to know about for contemporary jewelry that has that classic refinement but is still modern, and a great resource for pieces that can do the heavy lifting with daytime outfits. Okay, my third suggestion today is about layering. I love figuring out a way to style something that I already own so that it looks and feels fresh. And layering is an amazing way to do that because almost anything can be involved. You can take like any item of clothing or accessory and think to yourself, do I usually wear this underneath something else or on top of something else? Do I usually wear it on its own or do I usually wear it in relation to something else? And then once you've answered that question, then you can ask yourself, and what would it be like if I did the other thing? Like, what would it be like if I did the opposite? And obviously this doesn't always work, like not in every single case, but a lot of times it does. And it will work in ways that surprise you. It's like you thought that that jacket was outerwear. Well, what if you wear it underneath a coat, like underneath another piece of outerwear? Or you thought that that necklace was something that you could only wear with your V-neck tops so that your skin would be exposed. What if you wear it on top of a sweater? You always wear that cardigan over a tank top. What if you just button it all the way up and wear it with nothing underneath? And it'll change the way that it hangs, it'll change the silhouette, will change your outfit. And then it's like acquiring something new. So rapid fire and kind of off the top of my head, here are a bunch of other examples. A sweater can be a scarf worn outside a coat, like on top with the arms knotted around your neck. This is something we looked at in one of my recent videos about fall fashion. A coat can go over a jacket, which can also go over a cardigan, which can also go over a button-down shirt. As discussed, a necklace can go outside of a shirt as a layering piece. An oversized sweater can go over a dress, especially a maxi dress. I've talked about this a lot. And an oversized sweater, of course, can go over a skirt. A dress can go over pants, especially if it's like a short dress, a tunic length dress. Theoretically, a dress could also go over pants, and then an oversized sweater could go over that dress. A short sweater, like a cropped sweater, can go over a longer shirt so that the other shirt is hanging down underneath it. I know that's not most people's instinct, but if you do it intentionally, it can really work. And then that whole thing can go over a long skirt or over pants. Or a short jacket, like a cropped jacket, could go over an oversized sweater. A blazer can be a shirt with nothing underneath, right? A blazer could be your core layer, the thing you wear closest to your skin. Maybe going out on a limb here for some of you, but a bra or a bralette can be worn outside of a shirt, basically like to add shape shaping to add texture can be worn as an outer layer. Way less scandalous, you can try a crew neck t-shirt under a V-neck sweater. That's something that I never would have done for many years. And recently I've realized actually looks kind of, I don't know, it looks kind of fresh. Like that's the only way I can describe it. A scarf can be like an indoor garment. I think we think of scarves as being just like the cherry on top of outerwear, like the last addition to outerwear. But you can use a wool scarf, like an outdoor scarf, as a layering piece with the sweater that you're wearing that day. Similarly, a hat can be worn indoors as part of your indoor outfit on any given day, like a woolly winter hat. A handbag can go over your shirt, but underneath your coat. Also good for security in a busy city. So those are a bunch of good examples. And of course, in addition to thinking outside the box with individual pieces, layering multiples of the same item can get you there. So multiple necklaces that you don't usually wear together. Multiple rings on the same, all stacked on the same finger. It changes everything about each one of the rings and everything about the way your hands look. I mean, not everything about the way your hands look, but it changes the effect quite drastically to layer a bunch of rings all together on the same finger. And it's like you got a new ring when you do that. Multiple scarves all at once, 2 cardigans, one on top of the other. Maybe one is buttoned and the other is open. Layering in new ways can refresh everything about the way that you are dressed. It is truly, I know I've said this a bunch of times already, but it is truly like acquiring something that you didn't own before, just because you're wearing what you had in a new way. And my 4th suggestion is to play with color in the same way. Here's what I mean. If you usually wear certain color combinations together or certain things just with other things because of what colors those things are, try the opposite, whatever that is for you. If you never wear all black, try it. Just try it. If you're nervous about monochromatic dressing, just try wearing, all gray garments only one day, just a bunch of different shades of gray together. Just try it. The stakes are low. If you don't usually wear strong colors together, try some unusual color combinations like mustard with cherry red. Consolidating colors, like thinking of your garments as swaths of color and then using them like a painter on yourself, which really requires keeping other colors out. So take note of that, right? If you're trying to use color this way, if you're thinking about making a painting with color on yourself with the garments that you choose, it often requires making sure that you don't then unthinkingly add another color here and another color there just because. That will sort of water down, if not totally destroy, the effect of what you're trying to do. So it requires some restraint and some intentionality for sure. But doing this, right, consolidating colors and using them like a painter on yourself, it can really make anything that you own and have already been wearing for a long time feel fresh. If you usually dress, I don't know, some kind of way, like some other way, and then you go to work tomorrow wearing all black and red lipstick, wow. It's simultaneously so easy, like something that a lot of people do all the time and that no one would think twice about. It's simultaneously so light of a touch and so impactful and so different. Or, shades of gray only, and your pearl earrings. Wow. It's simultaneously going to feel very fresh and different and also very you. That will feel so good. So I hope you're feeling inspired. I am feeling inspired. I have been very inspired by the project of this video because I love the idea of a light touch having a heavy impact. And of course, experimenting with the use of jewelry specifically to cause that, and then thinking about red lipstick and color composition and all of that. It's very inspiring. I talk so much about fashion that sometimes it does feel like it's effortful, because it can be if you want it to be, but it doesn't have to be. And that is like the soul of this video. And I hope that has come across and will be useful to some of you. Thank you for being here with me. I always appreciate it. Thank you for spending the time. And don't forget to take extra good care of yourself so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the world.